And on this beautiful morning, it's been very hot here, and there's talk of drought, heat waves already. Coming up! Hi again from Alcorobi, www.solteriologicgarden.com, SOLTERIOLOGIC garden, one word.com. So you can find my community page on Facebook, and you could also find the website. And this is where volunteers will become very handy. I'm actually constructing the outdoor kitchen here. Immediately down here is my cooking area, and that's my cleaning area where I've got the sink and everything else. And at the moment I'm putting in these treated pine poles, so I have to try and figure out a way to do things by myself. I've dug a hole. It's going to be 9 poles around here, and it's going to be an outdoor shelter for volunteers, especially for these times during the year when it gets extremely hot, and it's going to get even hotter than today. It's going to be 9 poles, and they're going to be basically a corrugated sheeting roof on the top, which is quite a simple construct, and in the middle it's going to collect water, so there's going to be a tubular structure in the middle. So the idea is that the roof is going to look something like that, yeah, and the water will run to the middle point of the corrugated sheeting and will collect in a waterproof concrete cylinder. That's not what I'm here to talk about at the moment. I need to get 9 posts up, but for this year I'm going to get 5, and I've already done 3, and I'm just about to put the 4th one in, which is very heavy and very big. It probably weighs about 300 to 400 kilos, but it's maneuverable because you can lift up and you can pivot and juxtapose it on various things which are hanging around, and I'm using the tyres and the height of the tyres to be able to lever it up, so to speak, and to actually get into this deep hole, which is about 3 foot deep, which at the moment it's got crushed charcoal at the bottom, because I'm going to fill the holes with crushed charcoal to offer rot and insect protection. To get it into that hole, I need to lift up the top end of it, just like that. Now when you've got 2 people, you can pretty much do it quite easily. Well, not so much easily, but fairly easily. But there is this amazing invention which has been known for many centuries, and it's a pulley system basically, so it can pull any weight based on a gear mechanism up there, and you're going to see how it works. So enough of my chat. What I need to do is pull up the end of this post, hoping that I'm not going to destabilize the scaffold. Coming up with veg and meat, get your tasty grub to eat. Take a seat or take to the street. We even near liver on the doorstep beat. That's right, you know, you heard it good. Strap on the mouth of the Simpson board. Oh lordy, 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 we prepare a nutritious food with love and kindness in the name of the Lord. Listen now, there's a thing in my world, cause the second coming is a honey dessert. Our carrot menu will set you alight, like a bee on the wing carrying nectar in flight. Oh lordy, 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 them angels singing blessed are the meek, for the Almighty is expecting a Christmas style feast with rice and spice, a fillet of fish. After 30 years, even the pork in the dish. Coming up Alright, so problems. Let's try. Keep trying. Okay, so that was pulling the scaffold down. And I'm now going to try and be a bit more clever, see what it's all about, and use the existing pole which is lodged in between a couple of tyres there. The tyres are full of stone and dirt, and whether they can take the stress of another pole pulling on it is another thing. So we'll have to observe that. I don't want the whole thing crashing down. So block and tackle's up there now, and I'm just gonna basically lift the end of this up, and this 8-foot pole, steel poles, is gonna help it ease into the hole. But once I get it to the bottom of the hole, it should actually stay there at a particular angle like this, and maybe I can swing it around and pull it up from these tyres here, which the phone is actually sitting on, which is much higher. Let's see if I can get it up there and see what happens to this pole. How the gulls make me envious. They have no fear of heights. Whilst I perilously hang on this edge, knowing my human limitations. We were not born to fly in the material world like birds. We are rather born to fly in the spiritual world, to ascend into our origins, from whence we shall all return, gull and human alike, up into the greater light of the universal spire. It's a shame really, because this pine trunk was a little bit longer, and I cut the ends off to be able to pull it around with the motor vehicle up to this point, and that would have the upright post would have actually acted as a guide. But now I'm looking at maybe only a couple of more feet I can go up before it will slip off that post. So it's not for me to learn to be a bird, rather it is better that we go inwards and discover the whole of life. And there we will see that, like crab, lobster or fish, we will enter into the chaos that gave us birth, that monstrous blue deep. From there, whence all life emerged, seeking the light, transforming the energy into a vision of flight. And fly we will, both gull and human, though not hand in hand, as you may imagine in fairy tale. No, not even shall we know evolution through the discoveries in aviation. Rather, it is the metaphysical world that will grant me passage into the light. What's happening? We're going in the hole, and as you can see, even though it weighs 300 or 400 kilos, I can push that up. Now that's going to be in the way now, because it's almost at the bottom. Coming up with veg and meat, get your tasty grub to win. Take a seat or take to the street. We even their liver on the doorstep beat. That's right, you know, you heard it good. Straight from the mouth of the Simpson board. Lordy, lordy, lordy. We prepare a nutritious food with love and kindness in the name of the Lord. Listen now, there's a thing in our world, 'cause the second coming is a honey teaser. Our carrot menu will set you alight. Right, so the theory is, to get this upright, I'm going to have to pull it now from this direction. I may be lucky with a bit of ball. So I'm hoping that will stay propped up in that hole, so I can undo the block and tackle and then extend the rope from the carob tree, which is over in that direction, so I can pull it over there. So it seems to be only tentatively wedged. I can take this block and tackle off, but before I take it off completely, I'm going to put a rope to the tree and be ready. So here's the rope, and I've put it quite low down on the tree, because if I put it high up on that tree, it may start flapping around at the top. Too much movement and crash into the scaffolding. So the lower down, the steadier the incline. Right, here we go again. Got the rope at this end, got a block and tackle at that end, so you won't see me, but you should hopefully see this tree going up. Now I'm hoping it's not going to swing round this way and smash into the scaffolding, so just being aware that the rope here, as it's tight, should be held in place by the tyres on the tyre wall to stop that rope from swinging over this way in the direction of the scaffolding. So let's see if that works. Here's the rope. I'm going to bring that down here. Coming up with veg and meat, get your tasty grub to win. Take a seat or take to the street. We even their liver on the doorstep beat. That's right, you know, you heard it good. Straight from the mouth of the Simpson board. Lordy, lordy, lordy. We prepare a nutritious food with love and kindness in the name of the Lord. Listen now, there's nicest thing in the world, 'cause the second coming is a honey teaser. A carrot menu will set you alight, like a bee on the wing carrying nectar in flight. Oh lordy, 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 them angels singing, blessed are the meek, for the Almighty is expecting a Christmas star feast with rice and spice, a fillet of fish. After 30 years, even the pork in the dish. Coming up with some special treats, get your bums over to celebrate this feast. You'll find us serving the South London elite, our recipes even straight to the Brighton beach. Them angels singing, blessed are the meek, for the Almighty is expecting a Christmas style feel. Oh lordy, lordy, rice and spice, so a fillet of fish. Doing the opposite, it's moving over in that direction now, but it's lodged in that corner. I'd be very surprised if it falls out. The higher I get it up, the more lodged it becomes. Well, coming up, well, get your crop to it, yes, coming up, with veg and meat, coming up, with something to eat, coming up. We got it all here for you, rice and peas, coming with the jerk chicken stew, oh yeah. Coming up, coming up. One last look before I do the final run. What is this path I must take that leads me to the depths of my feelings? As if walking along the edge of a cliff, I can see the death at its beginning. And there, beckoning me, asking me, would you rather be a different animal? No, you are human, to push the bounds of culture. You are to push evolution to its further limits, not to the death of your physical form, but rather the death of your culture that gives you consciousness and incarcerates you to be all alone, as if emerging from a cell. Here is old man, now looking upon the cliff, wondering where whence you came, has steadily rejected you, as if just keeping in touch through your perilous feet anything that would strike at your Achilles will bring you tumbling down. Well, here we are. It's actually not all the way down the bottom of the hole. There's an opportunity to clean out a couple of rocks that may be in the way. It'll be filled with crushed charcoal, as I said earlier. And lovely jubbly. I think that's enough. So all of this is going to be bound together by cross sections and joists using the multitude of fallen trees which happened the last tornado in September. And I will have to treat them first, so it's still a 6 to 12 month drying process before I can use them. But this is 4 posts up now, and the 5th one is where my Dora sleeps, in that little hole over there. I'm going to have to excavate that a bit deeper, put the 5th post in, and then, as I say, construct the big circular or cylindrical water system in the middle, so that I can put cross sections as you would in a reciprocal roof, where the reciprocal roof is like that. I'm actually doing something in reverse, so there will be a cylindrical section, and all the different joists will sit on the outside of the concrete cylinder, like that, you see, and water runs in and goes down into the cylinder and into my body. Old man boy, look at you. How have you survived? Such thousands of years have passed, whilst birds make use of your isolation. They love you. Yes, you have company. But the moment will come when, tumbling down, you will be no more to these birds other than a distant memory.